All right. I think we're now able to bring in the man with a plan, and that is Pat Pagano. Pat, good morning.
Good morning, Marshall. Good morning, everybody.
Now, I want you to know a friend of mine, a sales manager who I worked for many, many years ago in Kingston, New York, who lives in Wisconsin, is watching on Facebook Live this morning. And I think Wisconsin, they're the frozen tundra of the United States now out there. But we've got some pretty wild weather on the way, I guess, right?
Yep. And before we go into that, I want to just give you an example of what we see.
Okay.
I'm going to take a look at the experimental GFS model, the American model. It's called experimental because they're running it right now, and it will gradually, and it's supposed to happen shortly, it will gradually overtake the operational GFS. Okay, so let's take a look at the experimental model for next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, folks, next Wednesday. This was 12 hours ago. The storm is right where Marshall was talking about, Wisconsin. It's snowing here. This is not this Wednesday, folks, next Wednesday. Let's take a look at the updated model 12 hours later. It's sunny in Wisconsin with a high pressure over New England, sunny here. The nearest precipitation to us is over South Carolina in the form of rain. So the storm that was in Wisconsin 12 hours ago completely vanished from the map.
And what do your other maps show you for that time frame?
Okay, well, let's go to the infamous operational GFS model.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the American model that has been in existence for quite some time. And we're going to take a look at 12 hours ago for Monday, next Monday, President's birthday, the President's week, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Okay, it showed me snow in Kansas. Nice from Wisconsin to New England. 12 hours later, a storm in Kentucky with snow from the Ohio Valley into the Northeast. I'm only telling you folks that the swings on these models have been incredible.
Okay.
I have not seen anything like this in years. So this storm, I think we have a pretty good handle on it. Clouds and periods of sun, 30 to 35 today. Tonight, becoming cloudy mid-teens. Marshall loves this. A winter weather advisory for Connecticut from 7 a.m. Tuesday to 7 a.m. Wednesday. It's a winter storm warning for the Berkshires.
You cross the state line. That's right.
And it's a winter storm watches elsewhere to the west of us across New York State. 3 different warnings in the same area. Okay, so let's talk about it. Snow, sleet, freezing rain, heavy accumulations for Tuesday, 25 to 30. Looks like ice Tuesday night. I'm very nervous that this could turn out from a snow event to an ice storm. Wednesday, a wintry mix or rain, not sure what it'll be early Wednesday morning, will end. Windy, 40 to 45. At this point of the storm, have I had to give you accumulations? And I'm looking at the entire area. I'm thinking along the lines that the best range would be 4 to 8. And that does not include ice that could accumulate Tuesday night. So this is not going to be a pretty storm. This is going to be a very, very messy storm, and it's going to keep Marshall home tomorrow, just like we predicted last week.
Won't be going to the city. That's right. Now, what I'm seeing when I read the weather discussions,
Yes.
that normally when they talk about ice during a storm like this, they talk about accretions of maybe
Accretions, right.
zero point 0.1 to 0.2 tenths of an inch.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking much more ice than that. This one,
1/4 inch to 1/3 of an inch.
yeah,
That's a lot of ice.
that's after wet snow. That's a
Well,
huge.
that's the thing. This is what I mean. This is critical. I mean, my opinion for our listening area. I'm talking about our entire listening area. I would have had everybody under a winter storm warning already.
Well, just simply because of the combination of, I think you've said it correctly, because you're going to get a heavy accumulation of, let's say, maybe 4 to 8 inches of snow and sleet and whatever, and then the possibility for it to turn to ice. That should be just a winter storm for everybody.
Right.
And then everybody's prepared, and if not everybody gets it, well, that's okay. But if some people get it, they've been prepared for it.
Right. And look at it this way. Even if we only get the bottom edge of that accumulation, 4 inches of snow, and then ice on top of it, it's still as bad.
Yeah. I don't understand why they do it. And they were meant to change this whole way of notifying us anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's all different, as I told you, there's different criteria to meet these watches, warnings, and everything. They just really, really need to simplify it even more. There's no doubt about it. You know, these winter weather advisories, they, again, years ago, it used to be called the traveler's advisory.
Yeah.
And to me, that makes more sense than a winter weather advisory.
Absolutely, because a traveler's advisory incorporates everything.
Right. So I don't know, but I don't work for the government. So,
and whenever I used to hear those travelers' advisories, I used to listen to Bob Steele on WTIC, and WTIC was owned by the Travelers Insurance Company. I thought that Travelers Insurance Company, as a kid, always issued those advisories.
Really,
Travelers Advisory,
right?
Travelers Advisory. Hey,
They didn't. So yeah, so we're going to be keeping you posted on this, but we'll have more specific numbers for you tomorrow morning, no doubt about that. But at least at this point right now, we're telling you heavy accumulations, and that means 4 inches or more. And we'll see how that evolves.
All right. Now, is the cold weather going to stay for my friend Dick Tregesser in Wisconsin? They're going to stay bogged down by cold weather?
Yes, they are.
All right.
And they'll have bouts of snow, but right now it doesn't look like they'll see any big heavy storms, at least this week.
He originally was up in Boston from the Boston area.
Boston.
But he's been out there for quite a while. My sales manager for many, many years ago, the guy who really, along with a guy by the name of Joe Schuler, formed my radio career. Both of them, one on the sales and administrative side, and the other on programming and stuff. They were two huge influences in my life.
Well, I'm glad he's listening to us, and I hope he's having a nice time.
And he gets exasperated with me sometimes, like most people who are close to me.
I want to thank you again. I got my printable discs, and I just tried one out over the weekend. It worked beautifully.
There you go.
So thank you very much.
The double M helps out.
That worked out great. And I watched yesterday, and I know you watched this already, but I watched it again. A Quiet Place. Did you watch it?
Yes.
You know what? That movie's good.
It's a good.
I would like to try that. A couple of reasons. One, because my cast would have no lines. That's one. But you're not going to believe what's intriguing me.
What?
How would I devise that alien monster?
I just have the president of the association.
Well, that's the easy way out. But I'm really thinking that I would love to put my efforts into making up that monster. I don't know if I'd do it mechanically, but I'm thinking of it. If you come up with any ideas, Marshall, because you're very creative, let me know.
I will see if I can come up with ideas how you can create that monster cost effectively.
Right.
Because cost effectiveness has to be included in this.
Yes, considering that our present president is resigning in June.
And your normal budget for filming is about $79.36.
Thank goodness, God knows what it'll be after she resigns.
That's right. All right, hey, we'll speak to you tomorrow morning and really get the lowdown.
Oh, yes, big headaches.
All right, Pat. Speak to you tomorrow.
Bye, Marshall.
Bye. Pat Pagano this morning at the Weather Center with a check on our tri-state forecast.